Canadian inventor Jean Saint-Germain in 1979 built first vertical wind tunnel, and as we call it, it's the first recreational vertical wind tunnel. It was built nearby Montreal in Canada, and actually why it was built, it's because Jean Saint-Germain wanted to prove the discussion he had with other inventors and scientists that people cannot be brought up in the air by the really strong stream of airflow. The company, and actually it became really important since this year March, when we originally Latvian company who brought in aerodium took over original inventors of vertical wind tunnels. Aerodium Latvian company was invited for open tender to provide the show for Torino Olympics closing ceremony in Italy. And in this open tender, actually, the good thing about it that in the beginning, when we started to participate in this tender, like we sent in a cost estimate and everything, and those guys in Italy, they said, okay, aerodium is really fine, but it's too expensive. It's three times more expensive than any other offers. So we just thought, okay, if we are kicked out of the door, we will get in through the window. And what we did, actually, it was the overnight thing. We just shoot the video of what we can do as stuntmen in the airflow, and just send over to the producers of Torino Olympic closing ceremony the video, and it was immediate call back, and they say, okay, we really like what you have, we really like what you can do, and we really like that you will be the ones who will serve this special show in our Berlin Olympics.
But there is written a website name called Friendster. This is a website's name that I came across reading web, and they were the first ones to introduce to the world the principle of friends of friends of friends. I am not a very smart person, and it took about 2 months for me to understand what the hell this means. And even after I launched Draugiem, in the first weeks I was telling my close friends what it means, like, you could meet your friends of friends of friends, and he's, what, are you nuts, what does it mean? So it took some time for me to realize what it really means.
But it's a very deep culture which follows the civilization of humans along thousands of years, and it's about board games.
In your opinion, what are the main factors or aspects that can stimulate innovation? Maybe some brain games can stimulate it.
I think it's a braveness. It's a main factor. It's the person dares to risk, because innovation is a mystery. Also in science, new discoveries are made just by attempt, by guess, and in business you make a risky attempt, and it might be failure, but it might be success. So the braveness is what you have to have in order to make this step into unknown.
Usually on my presentations, when I'm talking with students, I ask to raise hands who would like to be entrepreneur. Yeah, it's only 5, maximum 10%. Everybody. I would like to find a good job somewhere. Somebody will give me job, and so on. So yeah. And it is Latvian mentality in some sense, So, and then I ask, why you are going to why you would like to get higher education? Why? So, I would like to get better job. That's the answer. Nobody is saying I would like to be entrepreneur, and that's in my mind. It is the most crucial point in Latvian education system that we are not preparing people willing to be entrepreneur, to be businessman.
So,
What regards students, I think that students are generally oriented towards changes. They are interested in new programs. They are interested in increasing their competitiveness in job market. So I consider that students are more oriented towards changes in MBA program, changes in educational processes itself. It's not easy to open Coconut. Well, it's messy. If you open by hammer, you can lose this kokosriekstupiens, coconut milk or drink or whatever. So and then our students introduced, well, worked on that idea, and they created this coconut opener. By the way, coconut opener won some money from Idea Cup, which will be discussed later on after lunch. And so far, our students have created company which is going to market that product, and the third prototype, industrial prototype, has been developed so far.
We offer for our students a business incubator, what means that our students can establish a new company, and we support for them in the beginning of their business. We offer for free their business offices and equipment, and give percentless loan for the established capital, and students can just create their own ideas and own business, and we help for that. Other reason is that we have very good education in distance learning, where we offer the business administration programs, and in this reason we are, let's say, one of the leading universities in Latvia.
Have a team. You should have some real business model in order to pay for your servers, for your meals, etc. If you have an idea, it's always too late. You should have a product and launch and test, even if it's not ready. Because if I ever wanted to Draugi to ever be ready, I would never ever launch it.